Hello and welcome to part 29 of Let's Play Pokemon Pearl. In the last part we made our way through the Ice Gym, and after figuring out that puzzle, here we are at the gym leader. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, it seems like she's a little girl, which doesn't seem right. And is that meant to be a skirt or some sort of hip scarf? Because I don't know what's going on there. So yeah, as before in the last part this is obviously an ice gym, so you're going to want fire, fighting, rock and steel types. But don't be too worried if you don't have any of those. I don't know how you couldn't. I mean, that's 4 types. You got to have at least one of those. Because yeah, two of her her first Pokemon is Snover, which also has a weakness to poison, and I think a couple of others. I can't quite remember at the top of my head. I think I mentioned what they were last time. So yeah, don't worry too much about what you're going up against Snover, because pretty much anything will do a decent damage to it. So yeah, with the first Pokemon done in one, she's actually going to send out a Abomasnow, which is a fold form of Snover. So as before, this is actually her strongest Pokemon. I say her strongest, it's her highest level, so you're going to want to watch out for it. And yeah, I got really unlucky there. I reckon a high jump kick would have took it out in one, but I missed and I took like 80 damage. What's going on there? That's crazy. I took so much damage from missing then, which is why high jump kick is a big risk and you want to be careful. So yeah, you don't have to. I just used Gandhi just because I wanted to, and high jump kick is a really good attack if it actually hits. So. And one thing about Snover and Abomasnow is that they will their what's it called? Their perk, I guess. I can't really remember what it's called. Ability, but their ability is to summon snow. So yeah, you're going to get buffeted by hail pretty much every single turn. And the only way to avoid it is to have your Pokemon be Ice type, because they're the only sort of type that doesn't get hit by it. So yeah, with 2 Pokemon down, no real trouble. It took us 2 moves, or 2 actual attacks that hit, and only 1 Pokemon, and that's her strongest Pokemon down already. As you can see, it's an easy battle, considering how her best Pokemon have so many weaknesses. You're not going to have any trouble. And yeah, this Pokemon Medicham, we already know about that. It's fighting type and psychic, so I use Bigger Bird because I can use Fly, and because Bigger Bird's attack is so good, it's just going to take out in one pretty much. It's no problems here. You're going to probably have a flying type. I mean, everyone has to have a flying type. It's a law or something. I don't know. So yeah, no problems here really. Like I said, this is a pretty easy gym. The levels are quite high. You may not quite be the same level as these Pokemon, but by the 7th gym you should have enough types to be able to type match every single Pokemon and get yourself that badge. So that's what I did anyway. Yeah, and just make sure you have 5 Pokemon by this point. By the way, I know I mentioned that last time that I got a 5th Pokemon, but just make sure you do it. It's common sense, people. Unless you're going for a Nidoran run, or whatever they are. Something like that, I don't know. So yeah, we're already down to our last Pokemon, who, as I talked about before, is Dark and Ice type, so I can't remember what Dark's weak against. I know it resists Ghost moves, so I don't know, Dark type come up so little that I never really know how to fight them. I just go with decent attacks and hope they're good. I don't know, maybe Poison's good? I can say. But it's Ice type, so you can still use Fire and Fighting if you still have those moves, so yeah, I think most guides will probably tell you to just use Fire type moves, because Fire is 4 times effective against Snover and Abomasnow, and then it's going to be good against Sneasel, but it'll be okay against Medicham. Really not much to it. This gym's really easy apart from the puzzle, and once you get past the puzzle, you don't really have to worry. I probably didn't even need to go and heal, really. I mean, I did, but yeah, if you're worried about having to reset the puzzle by leaving the gym, you don't really have to. It's a pretty easy gym. You really won't have any problems. I found it to be one of the easier gyms, so that's pretty cool. 'Cause yeah, I've only actually used 2 Pokemon, so it's either an easy gym or I'm badass, or both. I like to think I'm badass and I find things easy. No, I'm just kidding, I'm okay. So yeah, I think one last move is going to take out this Sneasel, and we will be done here. Another weird thing that they've done before, and I already mentioned, you can catch all her Pokemon, like, right outside the city. Like, literally right next to the city is a patch of grass where you can catch Snover, Sneasel and Medicham, and then you can evolve Snowder into a Bombersnow. So, I don't know, that it just seems a bit lazy, you know? Like, they could have dragged in another ice Pokemon for her to have that you can't catch. Because that's one of the cool things about gyms, is that these are new Pokemon usually that you haven't seen before, so you're not really sure how to fight them. That makes them harder. But yeah, with that done, we have now got our 7th gym badge, so that's pretty damn cool. And yeah, we can now use Rock Climb outside of battle. I don't think we actually have the HM for Rock Climb, but don't worry, I will show where it is. It's cool because you kind of have to have Rock Climb, so you don't really have a choice. So yeah, this is still at night time because doesn't that just look so good? It looks so cool. Oh, I just love snow. I'm just a kid or something. But yeah, that's all we have to do in Snover City. Or Snover City? Snowpoint City. I'm sure there's some other stuff that you can do, maybe optional things. Maybe I missed a TM that you can find, but yeah, that's all I ended up doing there. Which is a shame. You know, there hasn't been much to do in any of the cities. Well, that's a bit unfair, but whatever, so. And yeah, this was just a lack of me wanting to edit out these battles, I guess. As I know I've mentioned this at some point, I edit in chunks. So sometimes, you know, when it's like 2 in the morning, and you just have to edit out some more, and Camtasia, I don't like using Camtasia, so I know everyone uses that, and that's why I use it. But so if you couldn't already tell, now that we've done Snowpoint City, for whatever reason, we can now get to the lake. The Team Galactic Grunts are going to get out of the way, and they're going to let us through. I have no idea why that event is decided by the other event, you know? Like back in the day, in like the 2nd gen, you would have a Team Rocket in the way, and once you dealt with Team Rocket, they would be gone. But, you know, I don't get why they just move out the way now. But oh well, whatever. So here's Owl. And I was so pumped and ready to do a fight. It's like, yeah, that's me and Owl versus you. We're going to take you down. We're going to have a Pokemon battle. It's going to be tough, but I'm going to persevere and save the day. No, it turns out that they already full, and Owl lost because he's not that good, and I've already beaten him like 5 times, so I'm not surprised that he lost. And this is the same woman that we saw in Eterna City, apparently. I can't really remember, but that's what she claims, so that's pretty cool. And Owl is just... he's not even depressed. Why couldn't he get depressed? That would have made me happy, you know? Because he's got so much energy. I don't know, whole of Owl's character arc, or his story, is that he's already excitable, but then he's not as much, and he tries to get stronger instead, which is like, oh, I don't care, I don't really care. So yeah, at this point I went into the corner, because I had no idea what to do. I was like, what the hell? And I actually spoke to my brother, who is SniperX1011, who's doing Pokemon Crystal right at the moment, quick plug. And yeah, I had no idea what to do, and he said, oh yeah, you have to go to this HQ in Fieldstone City. And I was like, oh okay, that's cool. So that's what I did. Because yeah, you're supposed to, I wasn't too sure if, like, because you don't get told directly to do it, they just constantly mention, or Team Galactic Grunts and stuff constantly mention, we're going to Fieldstone to our HQ, and you can't come with us because it's a secret and don't tell anyone. But everyone seems to tell you, so I thought you would have to come here at some point. It just seems a bit weird that they wouldn't actually direct you there, you know? Oh, I don't really care. So yeah, I went to that bit because I remember there being a grunt there. That's, if you remember, that's where we got HM2 Fly, but now we can't get in, and apparently there's some grunt standing outside the HQ that's going to give us the key. Because Team Galactic, it's always 1 step forward and 2 steps back with them, isn't it? They're smart enough to lock the doors of the HQ and not let any 10-year-olds in, but then they're not smart enough to really hide the storage key. Because this guy, he's standing right outside, he's clearly Team Galactic, and there's the Pokeball. I thought that was pretty cool, that you couldn't see the Pokeball or the storage key being dropped until you moved because of your big fat head and your stylish hat. But yeah, with that, now we can just go right on in. And the weird thing about this is that he doesn't even want to battle you. It's like, oh, he has a key, he must be Team Galactic. The only way to possibly get the key is to be Team Galactic, so I'm just going to let that kid through. It's like, I'll just give him a morning, I'll just hand him a coffee, say morning Bob, but then just go straight through, and we're fine. I would think he would at least battle you. I was expecting a battle. It's the second time I've been expecting a battle, and I have to be bitterly disappointed. Oh, it's all so sad. It's all so tragic. And here's the music. The music just cuts in now. Not really appropriate. As everyone already knows, the music in this game isn't the best, and yeah, for some reason when you're in the basement, there's crazy basement music going on. That doesn't suit being in a basement at all, really. So yeah, as before, you should be, I think I'm actually quite underleveled at this point. I'm not 100% sure, but because Frosty Bush, yeah, that's the name of Snova. Nothing wrong with that name. Frosty Bush is a good name, so. But yeah, because Snova has the experience share, I think my Pokemon actually start becoming underleveled from like the 7th gym onwards. You're going to see what I mean a bit more once we get further in, but as you can see, usually you'll be like a lot higher level from the grunts, rather than just one level higher. I guess he only had one Pokemon, so I guess that's it, but yeah, you want to be aware that you can... Like, everyone plays Pokemon games differently, and some people just end up being over-leveled, and some people just end up being under-leveled, and I guess at this point I'm just under-leveled, and I don't know how, I don't know why, it's just the way it is, I guess. So yeah, because I kind of thought I was under-leveled, I decided to take the EXP share away from Frosty Bush, because now that it's level 38, it doesn't need it anymore. It can fight its own battles. But before going further into here, I wanted to teach Plug Switch a better move. During that fight I realised I only had Spark, and there are definitely a lot better electric attacks out there, so I went online just to see if I could get any good TMs, and I found out that you can get Thunderbolt as a TM. What you have to do is fly here back to the Flower Town, and yeah, go behind the Windworks. I don't know why they're called Windworks, isn't it Wind Farm, or... I'm sure it's a farm of wind people, wind things. I think I remember hearing there's a murder of ravens, so I guess a farm of wind turbines isn't that weird. I don't know what I'm talking about. So yeah, now that I have Thunderbolt, so I just wanted to make sure Plug Switch had a good attack. I wasn't too sure when it learned its other attacks, and obviously it would learn Thunder at some point, but it's quite a high level to learn a move like Thunderbolt. And I was right, it doesn't learn Thunderbolt by itself, so I thought I might as well do this now, and you know, just to make sure. It's always a good idea. Always a good idea. Although you got to be careful, because Plug Switch does have a bit too many electric moves. The only reason I teach it Thunderbolt, because I know it's going to learn some other decent electric moves, but yeah, you never want... Just a little tip, that should be pretty obvious and you should already know, but just in case, you should never teach your Pokemon just one sort of move. You know, like, you should never teach, like, Luxray 4 electric types. But luckily it has Crunch, which is a really good move, which is just a great move. And so yeah, so I wasn't too worried about teaching it Thunderbolt. Yeah, see, that guy says the exact same dialogue. Why wouldn't he say, "Rats, you got past our wall somehow, and our crafty agent in the field"? So yeah, we need a special key for that, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to go through the basement, hopefully head into the HQ, and I will see you next part for the rest of Pokemon Pearl. Okay, goodbye. Oh sweet, it's Sync! Come back, Sync! Come back!